Hello, welcome. Today we are going to look at development for a frustrum of a pyramid. We have been given a sample question. A sample question reads, a square pyramid of base side 25 millimeters and altitude 50 millimeters rests on its base on the HP with the two sides of the base parallel to the VP. It's cut by a plane bisecting the axis and inclined at 30 degrees to the base. Draw the development of the lateral surfaces of the lower part of the cut pyramid. Actually, we just want to draw the development of a frustrum. So in this case, our plan becomes a square. As you can see, this is an illustration of what we need to have according to as the question reads. This is the question, and then the altitude is 50 and this one is 25, the axis. A point where the cutting plane meets the axis. The cutting plane itself is 30 degrees inclined to the horizontal. So let's draw the plan first, which is our square measuring 25 millimeters. We can have it here. So this is our starting point. Our square measures 25, so we can measure this. So we are drawing our square. That square is 25 millimeters side. We have just completed our square, and we can now have a base point, baseline where, or the XY plane where we shall have the frontal version of our pyramid. We can have it here. So we are calling this one XY. Then we are going to project lines from our plan to get our frustrum. So this is the projection. Now we can draw the diagonals, and before that we can name this as A, B, C, D. Now we draw the diagonals of the square. This one gives us the vertex of our pyramid. Because we are observing the pyramid from the top, it gives us such a shape. Now we are going to project our center line as well, vertically up, and it forms the axis of our now we are going to measure the altitude, and the altitude according to the question is 50 millimeter. So we measure 50. So we join. Once we have that, we can bring this point here, A, B, this is O, and this is C, D. Now the next thing, we want to get the point where the cutting plane meets the axis, and it is at 25th mark, so you can have it here. So at that point, that's where our line 30 degrees for the cutting plane passes through. So we are going to use our set square, the T square, to draw that line, which is 30 degrees. So this is the line that cuts. Okay, if you do it this way, you're trying to say this is 30. This is 30 degrees. You don't have to write, but just an illustration. Now, once you have this one, we have the front, we have the plan. We now want to get the true length, because this one cannot be the true length of our pyramid. This one cannot be 1. Neither can this one. So we are going to draw a true length. How do you draw it? We take OD as our radius, then we draw a straight line through O, so that we make OD to be parallel to XY. So we bring that line here, straight line. Then we take our compass, we take the radius OD, then we draw an arc. Where it meets that line, we draw a vertical to meet our XY. So we are going to bring this up to meet our XY plane. Where it meets the XY, that point, we can call it M. Now point M joined to O gives us the true length of our pyramid. So this one becomes our true length of our pyramid. So because OM is our true length, we want to draw the development for the lateral faces, and that means we have to bring this line. First of all, we can draw a line here, just a line. Then now we want to bring this line to start somewhere along this other line, so we can bring it here. Just want to have a space in between the front and the development, so we bring it here. Now we want to start it here, so we can draw that. Now once we have that, we take the distance OM, we transfer. So we are transferring it here, then we draw. Now once we have that, we are going to take length AB, this side's AB, which is equal to BC, which is equal to CD and BD. We just take it and transfer 4, because we have this, this and this and this, so we have to transfer 1, 2, 3, lastly 4. Then we join. Those are 4 edges. This edge, what we are doing is we are unfolding our lateral faces. Then lastly, once we have that, we are going to be taking, we draw lines, straight lines from our front elevation to meet the development. The first point of intersection between the cutting plane and the front is here, so we can bring this line parallel to the XY to meet it here. Then we also bring, because we want this corner, this and this, this and this, so we can only bring this Okay, this. Okay, good. So we bring this. So we draw. These are the lines we are bringing. This AB, then CD. So once we reach there, we are going to use you draw this. Then again this. After that, we have to name the letters. Now we are opening it such that we start from point C. We can call this point. We were so much interested in getting the development of the lateral faces for the frustrum. So these are the drawings remains construction lines. That's all that we needed to have, and we can bring this point here as 0. Thank you very much for watching.